This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord hath made. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord hath made. Thank you. And next we're waking up. Some of us are. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. Oh, life can be good. Oh, life can be sweet. Oh, life can be good, and it's all up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. Oh, life can be good. Oh, life can be sweet. Oh, life can be good, and it's all up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. And in this power I'm set free. And in this power I'm set free. All right. And now we're having a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day in Modesto. It's a bright golden day in Modesto. Our spirits are high as an elephant's eye, and I bet we could get them clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going God's way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. They chime in my ear that God's kingdom is here. The moment we let go of worries and fear. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going in God's way. Oh, what a beautiful day. All right. Would you please join hands, and we're going to sing the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debt as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. And I'm not sure who's doing announcements. It would be Reverend Cindy. Here she is.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. It's good to see you all. Do we have any newcomers with us today? Or is it just the old folk at home? Not that that's a bad thing, because it's not. It's good to see everyone here this morning. So we are on the last go-round. The Radical Forgiveness Workshop begins Friday evening at 6 p.m. There are still spaces, and in fact, somebody has done a scholarship. So if somebody is desirous of doing it, we've kind of decided to split the scholarship, so it would cost you $75. So if you are interested in that, please see me, and I will get you on the list. So that begins Friday night. I'm going to get Reverend Sheila on Thursday. We're all very excited, and I'm sure she's going to be thrilled because it's raining like heck in Houston, and she's talking about building an ark. So she's going to be very grateful to be here where it's not doing that weather. There are some flyers for the Radical Forgiveness Workshop in the back if you know of somebody that you might think would be interested in that. I got to tell you, it's a life-changing experience. It is not like I've done Landmark, and I've done this, and I've done that. I've done seminars all over the place, and it is not like anything I've ever done before. On Father's Day, June 16th, we are having a fundraiser, and it is the Ragin' Cajun Kitchen Barbecue. They are going to come here, and you can get tickets in advance to reserve whatever you choose. We have 20 chickens, that's it, and the rest is pulled pork, but it's a full meal. So they're going to drive right up, hook everything up here, and you can literally walk outside and get dinner. I'm taking 2. So that's $12 a plate. It includes either barbecue chicken or pulled pork, potato salad, baked beans, and garlic bread. Not a bad deal. And that's a fundraiser for the church. So we will have tickets next Sunday, correct? Next Sunday we will be selling tickets in advance. Bring your $12 little dollars. Bring your friends. This is one of those things where, it's non-denominational. It's all about food. And God knows there's enough foodies in this state. So tell your friends. Give them, are there flyers on the back yet? So grab a flyer, take it and pass them out to your people. Put them in your places of business, your hairdressing places, your local Starbucks, into Barb's shop, all kinds of stuff. Get them out there so that we can raise some money. So we get about 35% of the proceeds for this thing. And we don't have to do anything but take tickets and hand food out. That's it. We're support staff. The guy's doing it all. We don't even have to cook. Food closet. We have our food closet, which is ongoing. So we're always looking for food, non-perishable items, and we always need protein. Always, always, always. Are we good on personal items still?
We're okay there for a while, but vegetables, soups, and fruit.
Canned fruit would be great, dried fruit, those kinds of things. Thank you, Journey. And don't forget that our church, our community was founded on prayer. Close to 130 years now. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in the talk. Unity was founded on healing prayer, specifically. And that continues today. And it's literally a phone call away, and now they even have an app that you can call and connect with Silent Unity at a moment's notice for prayer. And here at Unity of Modesto, we have our prayer pilgrims. So Gary is on today, Margaret is on today, and I think that's all I see. And God keeps calling. Hello, hello, hello. And that's it for the announcements. Anybody have anything else? Jackie, you have ordered script? So the orders that, if you placed an order with Jackie, it's here now? Okay. So please don't forget to pick that up. And everything else is going good. Any other questions? Anything I can answer? Nothing? All right, Gary, you're on.
So at the expense of repeating everything you've heard since last night, it's Mother's Day. And we are honoring not just the mothers by nature, but all of the feminine aspects in us guys also. But for this beautiful Sunday, I give thanks for the motherly love of God in all its human expressions. Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore has been called the Mother of Unity. And she wrote, "It is my great joy to perceive somewhat of the mother side of God, the divine love that never fails. In prayer, I bless all who have played a motherly role in my life, not just the mother whose love gave me birth. I bless everyone, male and female, who has shared with me the divine love that never fails. Everyone who has nurtured me, who has encouraged me by believing in my potential for good, has blessed me with the motherly love of God. And just as I have received, I give love in return, sharing comfort and understanding. I am grateful to be an expression of motherly love. And as a mother comforts her child, so I will comfort you. You shall be comforted in Jerusalem." And that's from Isaiah. And as we all know, was there anybody new today? No. So everybody knows that this is our prayer box. And we fill out a slip of paper in the name of somebody who needs prayer support. And it goes here for 30 days. Then it goes to Unity Village for another 30 days. And the nice thing is that continues to infinity, because a prayer given here ripples out to we not know where. And then prayers from Silent Unity ripple out into all of God's creation, into everyone and everything. So the names in here are blessed today, tomorrow, for the next 60 days with focus. But then those ripples come back and bless each person whose name is in here, and each family member and each friend. Blesses them again and again and again, and sustains them. And for this endless, infinite cycle, we give great thanks. Thank you, God, for your presence, your support, and your protection. So it is. Amen. And we have our... Is this going to be the last affirmation for this month? Or are you doing it again the next week and the week after? Oh, we're there then. So the May affirmation in purple. Together, I have the power to create my world. Don't ever forget it.
We're now preparing for meditation. You are the light of the world. Yes, you are the light of the world. Don't hide your light, but let it shine clear and bright, for you are the light, light of the world. Shine your light in the world. Oh, shine your light in the world. Shine love to all, so they will hear the call to shine and be the light, light of the world. You are the light, light of the world.
So as we settle in this morning for meditation, I invite you to release anything from your lap and allow the chair to support you. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. We are each the light of the world. And on this second Sunday in May, that we celebrate the divine feminine in each of us. It's centered in our heart space. Divine Mother represents love in all its aspects. So this morning I invite you to breathe in and through your heart space, settling in, expanding it, allowing it to fill you with the light of God. Breathe. And know that with each breath, as we touch upon our heart space, we know that this is the place we live, move, and have our breath from. We allow this divine feminine love to pour forth from us to each other and to our world. Jesus taught two great teachings. One was love, the other forgiveness. And you cannot have one without the other. They are a matched set. So this morning, as we celebrate the divine feminine in all of us, as you rest in the silence this morning, bless each person for their divine feminine aspect, and spread that love into the world in the silence. As we take a deep breath and bring our awareness back into this place, know that the divine feminine walks with us, beside us, in us, and through us. And we are expressions of that divine feminine nature. And so it is. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Good to see your shining faces aren't at Denny's. The lines are too long anyway. So today is Mother's Day. And a lot of the time when we talk about Mother's Day, we focus on the divine feminine or a specific mom or our personal relationships with moms. And sometimes that's not true for everybody. However, I believe that, and this is just my belief, that no matter what our circumstance, there was somebody who mothered us at some point. Would you agree? Or we have mothered someone or something, even if they have 4 legs, at some point. Would you agree? And there were things that we were told from that mother person. What are some of the things that your mother or mother figure told you that stick? Bow wow wow. Bow wow wow. Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Always be able to take care of yourself.
Always be able to take care of yourself. Good advice. What else? Eat your veggies. Clear your plate. Pardon me. Respect your elders.
Practice your piano.
Practice your piano. I got that one too. You're responsible for everything. Don't leave the house without clean underwear on. Right? How many of you heard that one? Yes. And for me, in my house, it was my full name. How many of you got the full name? Partially in our neighborhood, it was because there were 2 other Cindys on the block. So in order for us to discern who was being beckoned, middle names had to happen. So, like all of us, Unity has a mother as well, Myrtle Fillmore. is known as the Mother of Unity. And so today so the subtitle for the talk is, I don't even know what the title, Mother of Unity. But the subtitle is, what would Myrtle say? Or what would Myrtle do? Or advice from Myrtle. However you want to look at it, that's what you're getting this morning. How many of you know about Myrtle? How many of you know a little about Myrtle? How many of you know a lot about Myrtle? Okay, so we're going to maybe fill in some gaps this morning. So Myrtle was born on the same day that somebody in this room was born. You? No. Who has an August 6th birthday? Laura. Laura and Myrtle share the same birthday. Only Myrtle was born in 1845. Laura is not that old. And she wasn't born in Ohio where Myrtle was, right? And she was actually born Mary Catherine Page. But from a very young age, she said, my name is Myrtle, and that is what you will call me. How many of you have had children who did that? Yes, I had a few of those, yes. I don't want to go by that name. I want to go by this name. Okay, got it. So Myrtle was like that. So she was afflicted from a very young age with tuberculosis, or so we think. At that time, in the middle 1800s, a lot of diseases fell under the TB category. So it might not have been tuberculosis, and it might have been. It might have been other respiratory things. But she also had abdominal stuff, and she claimed she had hemorrhoids. And, I mean, she was a mess, physically, a hot mess. And she was told that she inherited it because her whole family had that inherent physical weakness. So she went into her adulthood believing that all her afflictions she had inherited from family members. How many of you have that going on? Yeah. And the medical community wants us to look at that and say, you know, who in your family has this, and this, and chances are you're going to get that, and that. And it's like, okay, I've got a solution for you here. She went to Oberlin for a year because women weren't allowed to go to college for 4 years, so she only did one. But that allowed her to get a teaching credential. And so she applied for a job and got a job in Clinton, Missouri, and taught there for 13 years. Now, during that 13-year period, she took a year off and went to Denison, Texas. And the reason I bring this up is she went there for her health, but she also met Charles Fillmore there. And she was 9 years older than Charles Fillmore. I didn't know that. I've forgotten about that. Although we're supposed to memorize it for the test, Carrie. Just so you know. So she and Charles got married when Myrtle was 35 years old. And eventually they moved to Kansas City. That was in 1885. And by this time they had 2 children, 2 sons. And her health was still not great. And they were suffering severe financial difficulty. I mean, severe. So in spring of 1886, Charles and Myrtle went to see a Christian Science practitioner. So Christian Science is also considered in the New Thought family. The difference between them and many of us is they don't believe in the medical profession at all. No blood transfusions, no doctors, no anything. Myrtle was actually ordained a Christian Science practitioner, but her theology was kind of starting to shift into a different direction, so she kind of left that behind. She was so they were listening to lectures by this guy named W.E.B. Weeks, and one of the things he said was that we don't inherit sickness. And so she was ready to receive this information, and she said, well, maybe, just maybe, I don't have to live like this for the rest of my life. Because by this time, she's like 40 years old, right? She says, it flashed upon me that I might talk to the life in every part of my body and have it do just what I wanted. I began to teach my body, and got marvelous results. I told the life in my liver that it was not torpid or inert, but full of vigor and energy. I told the life in my stomach that it was not weak or inefficient, but energetic, strong, and intelligent. I told the life in my abdomen that it was no longer infested with ignorant ideas of disease put there by myself and my doctors, but that it was all athrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. I told my limbs that they were active and strong. I told my eyes that they did not see of themselves, but that they expressed the sight of spirit, and that they were drawing on an unlimited source. I told them that they were young eyes, clear, bright eyes, because the light of God shone right through them. I told my heart that the pure love of Jesus Christ flowed in and out through its beatings, and that all the world felt its joyous pulsation. I went to all the life centers of my body and spoke words of truth to them, words of strength, words of power. I asked their forgiveness for the foolish, ignorant course that I had pursued in the past when I condemned them and called them weak, inefficient, and diseased. I did not become discouraged at their being slow to wake up, but kept right on, both silently and aloud, declaring the words of truth until the organs responded. It took 2 years of her doing this. Now, the interesting thing about unity is that everybody kind of gives Charles the credit, but here's the truth of the matter. Unity was begun as a healing ministry because of Myrtle's success. Charles was just more verbose. He wrote more than she did. She only wrote 2 books, Healing Letters and, help me, Jill. Come on, LUTs. One other one. Can't remember. I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is. Healing Letters and, I don't know, something else. So anyway, so she didn't write a lot, but she wrote, and a lot of the letters that she wrote were compiled into books because she had that ministry of teaching others to do what she did. She was cured from tuberculosis and every other affliction. So her healing process holds 3 points. There are 3 things that really, and if you have an affliction, a condition, a situation, a dis-ease, whatever it is, 3 things. She said we must claim that our inheritance is divine and not earthly. Spirit trumps nature and nurture. We are more than our genetics, our family history, or our personal histories. And she asked these questions. What do you want to claim for your life? If it's dis-ease in your body and mind and spirit, you can have that. If that's not it, you can shift your thoughts and change it to something different. You're not locked in to what has been. Number 2, she says, we must honor our body. Myrtle was ordained Christian Science, but she did have a belief that doctors had a purpose. And Charles and she did refer people to doctors for certain things. But they also believed that the power of prayer trumped everything. And that no matter what doctors said, prayer could shift and change it. She looked at health from a spiritual aspect, from a mental aspect, and from a physical aspect. And in the physical aspect, she specifically focused on diet, exercise, and rest. Sometimes she was a little more overzealous about the diet part, not the exercise part. And at one time, Unity Village was 100% vegetarian. And still to this day, if they serve meals on site, it is, there's always a vegetarian option. Number 3, Myrtle was a firm believer in the tools of forgiveness. She says for her that judgment was a lifelong challenge. How many of you have the same challenge that Myrtle had? Yes, because we're human. She says that so long as we remember experiences that were unhappy, as we once saw them and still see them and speak of them, we will be unable to demonstrate joy and prosperity and health in our lives. These seemingly unkind things have made a negative impression upon our souls. Whatever has been impressed on our souls will work out in our bodies and affairs. We have the power to change our soul's impressions, our subconscious, through the indwelling Christ mind, and so change our bodies in their functioning, and also realize that every thought of truth that enters our minds is taking up its abode in our subconscious and is working itself out in our flesh as harmony and radiant health. In spirit and in truth, we are now and always every whit whole. And she practiced that constantly. So Myrtle leaves us with a number of lessons. So one of them is that you need to unite all areas of our life. Our physical, our spiritual, our emotional, and our mental are not separate entities. We are whole people. And we can't look at one aspect of ourselves without including all other aspects. So if we are only focusing on our physical but not our spiritual, or only focusing on our spiritual but not our physical and mental and emotional, then we are missing a part of the pieces. It's like trying to put a puzzle together without the centerpiece. If you have immense faith, you can be healed. She had absolute 100% confidence that she would heal from all the afflictions she had. And it took her 2 years of constant praying and talking to her body, but she did it. She had faith. She says that there are times when we need to turn inward, because it's only through turning inward that we allow ourselves to truly access God and Christ's mind. And unless we do that, we are also missing an opportunity. She believed in positive thinking. Be optimistic in everything. There's a light that shines over every single thing. You can find it. It might be dim. It might be just a glimmer, but it's there. And to find that light, go into prayer. She said to rest every single day. And rest for her was not just a physical thing, it was also a spiritual and mental activity. So when you take yourselves 100% in pure rest, leaving everything aside, your body, mind, and spirit refresh themselves. Take care of your body. Eat healthy, eat wisely, exercise, and to bless your body. She was a firm believer to the day she died. She blessed her body, every organ, every cell, every tissue, each and every day. How many of us do that? What do you think would happen if we tried it? What do you think would happen? Isn't she gorgeous? That's her as a very young person. This is later in life, out on the grounds at Unity Village. So not long before Myrtle passed, she climbed four levels of stairs, 4 stories of stairs, because in the tower on Unity Village, there were offices in there. And the writing office was on the 4th floor. She made a sunny, smiling visit, as was her trademark. She was in the best of spirits, a characteristic that made her visits to various departments of the school a delight and a benediction. During her visit, she remarked that she wanted a change. And somebody asked her, "That's fine, what kind of change?" She said, "I believe it would be easier for me to do the work that is ahead of me from the invisible plane." he said, "Oh, you mustn't do that. We need your help, your inspiration, your spiritual guidance here," he said. She says, "You know that you'll have that anyway." So I leave you with Myrtle's favorite affirmation. I am a child of God, and therefore do not inherit sickness. Say it with me. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. One more time. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. One more time. With vigor. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. There were some notes. Wow. It is now time for our love offering. So if you would take your offering in your hand and say with me our offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Yep.
Please join me in singing. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is give it to you?
So we breathe in the gratitude on this Mother's Day for all of those who have blessed us with the divine feminine, for the mothers that have mothered us, for the fathers who have mothered us, for those of us who have mothered others who didn't have a mom, and for all of those who mother their four-leggeds. We give gratitude and thanks to each one of you and to all the people who come and spend time together on Sunday morning. We receive these love offerings knowing that they are the divine aspect of what we do here. And together we say, Amen.
And now we're going to circle up and sing the peace song, and we'll close the service with the prayer for protection. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. It surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.